Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome into the Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Take a Break Deliveries. Take a Break Deliveries is going to be leaving the show for a little while, man, but I still want you guys to continue to support Keith and his team. And look, man, I know with gas prices and the Biden inflation and Bidenomics and everything that Joe Biden has brought on America, it's hard to run a small business right now. That is why it's so important for you guys to support small businesses. I'm a small business owner. I completely understand and relate. Times have been hard. But look, Take a Break Deliveries. Get out your phone. Go to your favorite app store of choice, whether you got Google or Apple or whatever. Download the Take a Break Deliveries app or bookmark their website on your browser, takeabreakdeliveries.com. They're locally owned, veteran-owned food delivery service, but they're more than food. They can deliver beer, liquor, wherever it's applicable legally, and use them. I highly implore it. Highly implore. They send out a promo code every day that you can use to save a few bucks, save about a gallon's worth of gas on your order. That's kind of how it works out there. They $3, $4, sometimes it's $5. So again, Take a Break Deliveries. They wait on the food. The food doesn't wait on them. Always hot, always ready. They only allow their drivers to take one order at a time. So your order's not sitting on the back seat being the third or fourth delivery in a chain of deliveries. That makes a difference, especially when you order something like pizza and you don't want it all soggy. You like crispy. You want your pizza crispy. Anyway, so we Take a Break Deliveries for supporting the Clay Edwards Show and WYAB, and we hope you will continue to support them, whether they're on here or not. So we hope they come back soon. All right, I am joined in studio. It's that time. It is Anson B. Walker, the WalkerLifestyle.com, fitness instructor, training instructor over at Stark Fitness. Anson, how are you, brother?
Bro, I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm proud of myself. I had the right mic turned on this time.
Well, you're on a roll this morning.
I try, man. We talk about culture a lot, and we talk about what's going on in these communities. And when you live as close as we live to Jackson, you can't help but be affected by it. It drives people out of Jackson to the other areas. It makes finding houses or apartments in the suburbs a lot harder, makes them a lot more expensive. I mean, those are just little trickle-down things. Yeah. That crime in Jackson, how it affects areas around it. I mean, sometimes I wonder, does the city of Jackson, mayor's office and city council, they are the Convention and Visitors Bureau for the suburbs. They are. I mean, if Madison or Rankin County have a CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, CVB, they're wasting their money because the city of Jackson is the best advertisement for those places, and it starts at home.
Yeah. Your first segment, you're talking about the guys breaking into the unmarked cop car after identified himself. And I replay something in my head, and it's called, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And that's what Jackson has been doing for now. We're talking 30-plus years. We really are. And I don't understand it. I guess I'm just not wired that way. I guess I was raised like you're talking about how your parents raised you, and I think that's awesome. I was raised the same way, but I was taught accountability, man. Responsible for my own actions. If I screwed up, I was going to pay the penalty, and that's not the case in Jackson. That's not the case. When you commit a crime, you don't necessarily do the time because judges there are setting people free all the time. I mean, I hear about it from my buddies who are deputy sheriffs in Madison County. And when they arrest somebody, if it happens they finally pull them over in Hinds County, they're back on the street soon. And it's just, so I don't know. I don't really have an answer other than, Clay, the only time I go to Jackson is when I'm going to Hattiesburg. That's how I answer that. I don't do anything in Jackson. I'm not trying to beat down Jackson, but why would I subject myself or my loved ones to anything in Jackson? Why?
Well, exactly. And I tell people, a lot of people think I moved out of Jackson because of the water. And that was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top of the icing.
Yeah.
Even. There was already icing on the cake, but that was the cherry on top of the top. I moved out of Jackson because I got to thinking that if I have to defend myself and I have to eradicate one of these fools for trying to eradicate me, Do I think I would get a fair trial because of the color of my skin and my political affiliations? And I honestly do not think in the Hinds County judicial system that Clay Edwards would get a fair shot. I would go to jail for defending myself, and because I've seen them try to do it to other people who were defending themselves, white guys that had to shoot a black guy, for defending themselves, or they're stealing their property. It would happen to that guy over there on East McDowell Road at one of those businesses over there a couple of years ago. A young little black kid tried to break in his car, and then he came outside to run him off, and the kid attacked him. Yeah, and he shot him and killed him. And man, they charged him with murder, and he got off of it, but he lost everything. Yeah. And I just looked at that, and that kept haunting me, thinking. And there's clear video of what happened. Yeah. And the former Robert Schuler Smith that just died, former DA. Anyway, he pursued it and ruined this man's life. Yeah. Over woke social justice nonsense. Yeah.
No, man, it's just some of this stuff. I can't comprehend that type of behavior. I don't approve of that type of behavior, and I'm not going to subject myself to that type of behavior when I can live somewhere else. And so, and I choose to, and I feel sorry for business owners in Jackson, man. I really do. That's an uphill battle, dude. And you got the cards are stacked against you. And I don't care if you're a black-owned business or a white-owned business. The cards are stacked against you in Jackson. And I'm just not going to live like that, man.
Just based on the infrastructure alone.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the infrastructure don't care if you're a white business or a black business or a Hispanic business or anything else. The water sucks.
Well, the last time I had to run an errand in downtown Jackson was 3 or 4 years ago, when I'm not going to the VA, but that's not really downtown Jackson. But it was to get my uncle something at his place of business. It was close to the Coliseum. And, dude, I about flipped my Jeep driving down those roads, dude. So that was 4 years ago. And, so, I don't have any words for it.
I saw where a water main broke in the Fondren area yesterday, and the road is rippled.
Yeah.
It looks like the whoop-de-doos on a dirt bike track.
Yeah.
All right, man. On the Matt Kike of Flowood phone line, we have got Derek calling in this morning. Hey, good morning, Derek.
Hey, good morning, my friend. Hey, I just wanted to remind you guys, put something on your mind real quick. I'm by every stretch of imagination an outsider to the metro area because I come from East Central Mississippi. Right. I met my wife in Canton. We lived in Canton for a little while until we decided to buy our first home, which we did here on the reservoir. But you guys, again, my wife was a widow, and so we're just one big blended family. So when most men don't hit their financial stride to their late 30s, early 40s. So when we started hitting our financial stride and we decided to buy a home, seeing everything that we see in person as well as on the news, how can the leaders of Jackson expect me to even consider Jackson as a viable market?
Yeah.
They don't understand basic economics. The law of supply and demand. When I look at this stuff, do you really think Jackson was on my radar? When I got a blended family with children who are bright minds, right?
Yeah.
Who want to be at school and should be at school, but have to be forced to go in the city of Jackson by kids who don't need to be there and shouldn't be there. Do you really think I was going to buy a house there?
Now, we should definitely have school choice, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, and that's a rhetorical question, Derek. I agree with you 100%, brother. I do. I get it, man. I'm from Canton, Brian. I get it.
Canton was a pretty good place to live. Canton wasn't that bad.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Because they only got 2 of the 4 catalysts necessary for high crime, which is a corrupt government and terrible education system.
Right.
But, again, that's another show.
Yeah.
But I'll go a little further. Take the zoo fight, for instance. Somebody asked me, well, Derek, you've been living in Rankin. What do you think about this whole thing? I said, pure conjecture at this point, but let me reason with you. Because, the Bible tells us, let's reason together, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I said I have a choice. Either I can come over there to what's that called, West Jackson.
Yeah.
West
I can
Jackson.
come over there, risk my car getting broke in or getting robbed or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I could just get up out my bed and walk down the street and be right under the safari zoo. Which one do you think I'm going to pick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt about it.
No, I totally get it.
Hey, Derek, we got to go, brother. I appreciate you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's take one last phone call real quick before we jump into our Walker Lifestyle segment and take a break. Hey, you're on there. Hey, you're on there. Hey, good morning. You're on there.
Clay.
Hey.
Hey, man, I heard you talking about mothers and raising kids. And I want to say something. And this is probably going to make people mad, but so be it. I got a kind of a late start, and I think you probably restarted, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these women that are single, I don't know why. It seemed like it was a prestigious thing to say they were a single mother.
No, you know what? I agree.
And I'll be honest with you. People get mad. Half the time it's their fault.
Well, if you just take it back to going and getting knocked up by somebody you're not married to, or even dating, or leaving the person that you were with and becoming. And I know there's some single moms out there that are widows and this, that, and the other. And by no means
there are.
There's good folks I ain't talking to.
Their own fault.
Yep.
And they want to. They think it's a prestige thing or it's a great thing to say, I'm a single mother.
Well, the government welfare system rewards the man not being in the house. They get more money.
Clay, it was very professional women that I saw that was too. Now, I knew some that adopted kids because they had never gotten married.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I'm just telling you, I knew of all walks of life, especially some of them little yuppies, Northeast Jackson, Madison females would always say, I'm a single mother. Like I said, it was like, I guess they equivalent to having a PhD or something. Like they were proud of it.
It's a good point, man.
That's nothing to be proud of.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
But hey, y'all have a good day.
Hey, you too, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, man. We're going to take a break real quick. Come back, see what Anson's up to, talk a little health and fitness here on the Clay Edwards Show with Anson B. Walker, right here on 103.9 WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. We're back. This is the Clay Edwards Show. It's our weekly Walker Lifestyle segment here, brought to you by thewalkerlifestyle.com and Anson B. Walker. Anson, how the heck is it going, brother?
Dude, everything is awesome.
You've been married for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, 2 whole weeks, not divorced yet, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, no, it's nothing has really changed, and it, except wearing this, when I don't wear it when I work out, but my wedding band. But dude, it's incredible. I married up. I guess each day that goes by, I feel like Tiffany and I get closer and closer, and I love her. I think the world of her, and she's a good person. She's more beautiful on the inside than she is on the outside, and she just makes me want to be a better man, dude.
I got it, man. Hey, so I've been thinking about the ways for us to, because we've reached the end of the book.
Yeah.
Free to be the best me.
Yeah.
It's great. I highly recommend you guys getting it out. Even if you're not into the fitness side of things, it is the overcoming adversity.
Yeah.
It is a great motivational book. If you've got somebody in your life dealing with some mental health struggles or depression or anything like that, or they just feel like they're at rock bottom, give them a copy of this book. And I promise it will help them. And if they get into fitness, great. If they don't, maybe they can take something else from it to know that no matter how bad it gets, it can always get better.
Yeah, one of the things I'm most proud about that book is, one, to open up, talk about some of the things that happened to me, some of the sexual abuse when I was 4 and 5, and then, jail, embezzlement, and then Clay breaking my back and losing everything, man. Dude, it takes a lot to come back from that, and I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'll pat myself a little bit on the back for that, because that was not self-inflicted. That was just bad luck.
Well, I'm glad you brought the back up, because that was the direction I wanted to take the show today.
Yeah,
was actually, let's get some people some health advice.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, people always say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving health advice, but here's what I do. They always give this disclaimer.
Yeah.
So there's our disclaimer. You broke your back, but let's just say people out there, their backs, they deal with back pain.
Yeah.
And
so I get, probably the number one thing I get from people why they don't join a gym is, I've got lower back issues.
Yeah.
I literally hear that 3 times a week. Easy.
Well, what are some things people can do to get over that, maybe without coming to the gym? Like they're right now, they've got a spot in their back, they got something. What can they start doing to make their back feel better that will hopefully get them to the gym?
Yeah, the first thing you've got to start doing is you got to start moving, and I don't care if it's walking to your mailbox and walking back and then walking to your mail. I don't care. You have to move, because what moving does is it gives you circulation. When you're very, very sedentary person and you're living that lifestyle where you're just not doing anything, you're going to get worse.
It's almost like rigor mortis.
It is exactly what it is. Exactly. And if you've heard the term, if you don't move it, you will lose it, that's a fact. And the older we get, over 40, that's what happens. And so the first thing you got to start moving. I love people say, well, my back's bad, I can't exercise. Well, you can walk your butt to the refrigerator. You can exercise, okay? Hello. So let's start there. And baby steps. And I'm not talking about Anson Walker workout. I'm talking John Smith workout. I'm talking just the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. But you got to start doing that. And another thing is, like, shoot me a text or an email. Dude, I help people all the time online. You know, my cell phone, 601-927-3208, 601-927-3208, or send me a Facebook message, Anson Walker on Facebook. Dude, I do that 5, 6, 7 times a week, every week, at total strangers. And I just try to, and I'm like, what's going on with you? Okay, this is what I recommend. Can we get together? That would be great. If we can't, great. We can still do it online. But
stretching.
Yeah, all of that, Clay, but you don't want to stretch cold.
Yeah.
You know, so many people, they come in from the parking lot in their air-conditioned vehicle, and the first thing before they start hitting the machines, they start stretching. Well, that's a great way to tear a muscle because you're cold.
So let me ask this then. Mm-hmm. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No.
So let's just say I wake up in the morning, I've got a treadmill in my house.
Yeah.
Do I want to do 5-minute warm-up, then stretch?
Absolutely.
And get back on for a run?
Yes. That's it. That's the deal, man.
I never did.
That's
I
it.
always just woke up, stretched,
start
and got
out
on.
start out slow. Okay, speed the treadmill up, and you're warm, you're fine. And then when you get done, stretch.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I always do like a warm-up lap.
Yep.
But never would get off and stretch, then get back on for the
So all my guys, my girls, my guys, my groups, my big group, my boot camps, whatever, we hit the weights first, okay? And we do 30 to 40 minutes of that. And then the last 10 minutes, we're stretching, we're doing flex kicks, we're doing core work, okay? Stomach, lower back, abs, hamstrings. And dude, so they leave and they're stretched out when they're going to get in the shower and go to work. And that's how you do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like that direction for this and giving people some real world advice. Yeah. You know, like I know when my back, I've got a bulge disc in my back, and it can be debilitating.
Yes.
When that sciatic nerve gets flared up. But I went to a physical therapist a few times, and I watched and I've watched some videos, and I've learned to lay flat on my stomach on the bed, on the mattress, and kind of arch my upper torso and my legs back.
Yep.
You know, almost try to turn my body into a U.
Yeah.
You could do that, do that. Man, it'll work out that sciatic nerve and get that disc back into.
And dude, an ab ball is incredible for that too, Clay. You can lay on that ab ball flat. When my back was broke, that and then laying on a yoga mat on the ground flat, compressing that spine and allowing my spine to heal. I mean, allowing that L5, S1, that broken back vertebra of mine to heal. But that pressure, dude, I couldn't lay there but like 5 minutes and it would be killing me. But then I get to 6 minutes and then 7, and then I could start doing it. It took 3 or 4 months for my back to heal. The pain was there for a year and a half. I had torn ligaments in my hips.
Yeah.
Of course, the broken back, broken ribs, broken tailbone. Dude, that's not an easy fix. And but long story short, I just never stopped. You see what I'm saying? And most people, man, they just give up. They throw in the towel. I'm done. My back's broke. I can't do nothing. Yeah, you can.
On thewalkerlifestyle.com, if you become a member, my membership fee came out yesterday, by the way. I saw it hit there. I was like, yeah, supporting my boy. Now, I have not looked for this specifically, but we just brought it up, so I will.
Yeah.
I will ask you, is there a video on there, or maybe this puts an idea in your head to put one on there, about stretching out your back and starting from scratch with kind of working through some back, almost like physical therapy? Is that available on there? It
is. All that stuff's on there. It's in the part of it says core.
Yeah.
See, everybody, when I say core, the first thing you think is abs.
Yeah.
That's because it's sexy, right? Well, core is your lower back, too. Core is the middle part and your hamstring. So it's your lower back, your hamstrings, and your stomach. That's core. And dude, I've got 6 or 7 different exercises on there specifically for your lower back. Okay. And I show them. I demonstrate it on there. And dude, it's just good stuff. And dude, this is stuff that I do every day, Clay, because I have to.
And this is stuff people can do at home without having to come to the gym.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference because, again, we've discussed this before, but I think the hardest part, right, is for people to take that first step.
It is.
There's the intimidation of going to the gym, and you think everybody in there is an Adonis, and and they're judging you. Nobody's not. I mean, we said it before, we'll say it again. 99% of the people in good shape in the gym are so excited to be able to help somebody.
Yes.
And like, let me show you, I always refer to it as a stupid tax.
Yeah.
I've already paid a lot of stupid tax. Let me save you that.
Yes.
And
yes.
And let me show you what I've learned to kind of help you shortcut your way around.
Well,
people just dying to share their knowledge.
They are, but the cool thing about it is this: if you hire a trainer, then like with me, for instance, my clients don't do anything that I don't do. Like if it doesn't work, we don't do it. And so I'm not in there wasting your time. And I've done all the stuff that doesn't work over the years. I have done that. I've broken everything you can break, just about. I've had 11 major surgeries, broke back, broke tailbone, broke ribs, broke ankle, reconstructed knee surgery. I've had it. Major back surgery. I had major back surgery in 2011. I've been there. I've done that. I got my T-shirt and keychain. I can save you from that, okay? And I can save you some time, but I can improve your mental health, your physical health, and then that, I call it mojo, that self, your inner self goes up. You start becoming more self-confident.
Yeah.
You start losing weight. You start looking better in the mirror. That chest starts poking out a little bit for my guys. My girls stand up a little straighter when they're walking. And, dude, I witness that every month. And that's what's so cool about the gym. It's not, dude, people aren't in there to judge you. People don't give a rat's butt if you're in there or not. They're in there because they want to look and feel better.
I just hope you're not on the machine I want to be on.
Exactly.
That's all I care.
Exactly. And see, and I got that move figured out. It's like, you know how you got the guy who's texting and he's sitting there on the machine just taking up, dude, what you do is you lean in, you get about 1 inch from his face and you go, I'm going to work in with you. Yeah. You don't give him a choice. It's not a question. Yeah. I'm going to work in with you. It kind of creeps them out. Dude, they get the hell out of the way. Yeah. And then you can get your workout in. So.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break real quick so we can come back with a few extra minutes this time. All right, man. We are joined by Anson B. Walker. If you got any questions, man, you want to sneak them in before we get off the air today, the Mac Hiker Flowwood phone line 769. No, I'm sorry, that's the Guns and Gear text line. What's that? It's Guns and Gear text line 769-241-1944. The Mac Hiker Flowwood phone line 879-0002. We'll be right back. Rules when necessary. Welcome back to the Clay Edwards Show. This is our weekly Walker lifestyle segment. And I was just asking Anson, I heard Christie's book rack commercial there. I'm like, do you have your books over there at the book rack? He's like, no. I was like, we need to get some books to the book rack. And, a great locally owned bookstore. Probably, I mean, look, admittingly, you won't find me in a lot of bookstores.
Right.
But I definitely try to support local when I do buy a book.
The book rack. I will hit her up this week.
It's right there at Old Canton Road across from Capitol Grill, DeVille Plaza, that area.
Okay.
So
yep.
Easy to find, but good people there. All right, Anson, I think we had a really good show today. Well, I think we have a really good show all the time. But I'd like to ask the question of people, if you're listening to this, whether you're on the podcast, you're listening live right now, or YouTube, wherever you find the show at, if there's some health advice when it comes to fitness, training, diet, any of that, any questions you have, shoot them to us.
Yeah.
Because we would love to discuss it and bring it up on the show. Maybe you're not the kind of person that wants to call in live or you can't listen live.
Yeah.
Text me, 769-241-1944. That's my Guns and Gear text line. Email me, clay@wyab.com. Reach out to Anson and shoot these questions, and we'll go over them on the air because I think this makes for great content because if you're thinking it, somebody else is probably thinking it.
When I'm not at the gym, I'm on the river, for instance. Maybe when I saw some former clients this past weekend on the river, and it was good. But sometimes I get the condescending thing, well, Lance, I'm never going to, eat clean like you and da-da-da.
I like my beer too much.
Yeah, exactly. Or I like my cheesecake, or I like my whiskey, or whatever. I like to smoke, okay? Look, I've literally heard it all for 25 years. But let me just tell you this, y'all, eating clean, working out, trying to make yourself a better person mentally, physically, emotionally, even spiritually, that is the highest form of self-respect that I can think of.
It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
No, it does not.
And I think that's where so many people get discouraged.
Yeah.
Because they follow somebody on Instagram that's in great shape and they think, if I can't do that, I don't want to do it at all. And that's just like the fake perfect marriage.
It is.
It doesn't exist.
No. And the other thing is this, I try to tell people all the time, you're competing against yourself, man. That's it. I'm not trying to compete against any 25-year-old knuckleheads up in that gym. I could care less. Look, I want them to win in life. I don't want ill will on them, but I could give two rats ASS's what they're doing or the weight that they're lifting. I don't care. Been there, done that. I'm trying to be the best almost 50 years old version of Anson Walker I can be.
You're free to be the best you, Anson.
Dude, you are. And touche. But dude, it's just it's a battle against yourself. It's a battle to win the day. And if you win 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days in a row, Clay, you're going to win the week. And dude, once you do that, you win 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to win the month. You win 6, 7, 8, or 9 months, you're going to win the year. And dude, when you get like me, and you know what I'm talking about, dude, 5 years, it's quick.
It does.
It's a flicker, man. So you want to wake up 5 years from now and have another 50 pounds around your waist? I don't recommend it.
No, somebody's like, well, it'll take a year to lose the weight. Well, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. That year's coming or going whether you lose any weight or not.
It is.
Start today.
Yeah, you might as well lose it.
Anson, thank you, brother.
Yep.
Check him out.
Proud
Anson,
to be here.
TheWalkerLifestyle.com, or go on Facebook, search Anson Walker. He's the only one on there that we know of. And I will see you guys tomorrow with arm wrestling champ. He's coming back, Wayne Withers. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.